room is a trap leading into the creature's mouth. Inside, the victim finds himself in a confined space with no way out. The door closes 6 seconds after entering, and the back wall opens up, sucking the victim into something, reminiscent of the digestive tract where weak stomach acid slowly dissolves it. Creature abilities. The Smile Room can appear in any abandoned place, be it a doorway, a dark corridor, or a staircase, adapting the size and shape to the space. It uses its gums and long tongue to capture victims. The Smile Room is a wormhole connected to a massive, nearly dead creature whose nature is unknown. Appearances: July 27, 2006. 2 teenagers disappear in Canada. A photo of a mouth with the caption, "The Smile Room," is found on their phone. There is only a brick wall left in place. In 2018, artist Trevor Henderson published the photo as part of his found footage series. Country Road Creature, a fictional cryptid created by Trevor Henderson. This is one of his most frightening characters haunting deserted country roads. Appearance: height: about 20 feet, but often hunched over or walking on all fours. Body thin, pale with disproportionately long arms and legs, clawed hands and feet. Joints multi-jointed, allowing the body to bend at odd angles and move quickly and silently. Head looks like the face of an emaciated old man with glowing white eyes. Sometimes he has a sinister wide smile, and sometimes no mouth at all. Behavior: an intelligent and cruel predator, he uses thoughtful hunting tactics and can easily overpower humans and other prey, eventually killing and devouring them. It is believed that he can change shape, turn into a human, to lure a victim on a forest road. For example, to take the form of a lost person. Considered one of Henderson's most dangerous monsters, perhaps second only to the cartoon cat. Mr. Trashbag. This is a creepy creature appearance. Is an unusually tall figure that appears in dark buildings such as basements, attics, or kitchens. His face is the only part of his body that is clearly visible, and it looks scary. Very pale, with narrowed eyes and a relaxed expression. The rest of the body is covered in a black, damp garbage bag or possibly a body bag, making its lower half nearly invisible in the dark. In some images, Mr. Trashbag reaches a height of about 20 feet, comparable to the height of street lamps. Mr. Trashbag. The creature moves smoothly as if sliding on the floor, but its movements are unstable. Usually appears at night in abandoned places or empty houses. One theory goes that Mr. Trashbag may be a supernatural being who initially befriends people, especially children, acting as a sort of imaginary friend. But over time, when a person grows up and forgets about it, Mr. Trashbag feels abandoned. Then he becomes dangerous and begins to take revenge. It is said that it can wrap itself around people, strangle them, and absorb them, making them a part of itself. However, if you treat him with kindness and attention, he does not show aggression. Baby in the Basement, a beast-like monster. It looks like an emaciated, skinless humanoid creature crawling on all fours like a sick dog. His face is deformed. His eyes and mouth are dark, empty holes as if he were wearing an ill-fitting mask. The forelimbs have long, thin fingers ending in sharp claws. Behavior: extremely aggressive, attacks almost everything it sees. Always appears only in basements. Lives in one place for about a month and then disappears. If there is no basement in the house, it will not come. Origin: there is a version that this is a mutated child who was once locked in a basement. Sea Eater. A massive, tubular creature with 2 huge arms and a giant mouth. Its skin is made of water and thick bluish skin, and its arms are made from the remains of dead sea organisms. People usually see only part of the sea eater's body: a tentacle, a mouth, or a huge eye. Abilities: able to absorb everything that comes his way. In legends or stories, he devours entire ships, submarines, and even islands. With its huge arms, it pushes off the bottom and moves at speeds of up to 1,609 kilometers per hour. Habitat: lives in dark and deep areas of the ocean. Found in the Pacific, Indian, and Atlantic Oceans. Hostility: extremely dangerous and aggressive towards all life forms. Sea Eater was created in 2021 by Reddit user QMBlue and posted to the R. Trevor Henderson community. Upside Down Man. Appearances: September 16, 1912. A tragedy at a factory where dozens of workers died. One of the rare photographs shows a man with an upside-down face standing apart from the crowd against the backdrop of a burning building. May 20th, 1974. A silhouette with a distorted face is seen again near the scene of a car accident in Los Angeles. Description: the upside-down man is a supernatural being that feeds on human suffering. He looks like a normal person in the shadows or in the distance, but his face is literally upside down. His eyes are where his mouth should be, and his mouth is on his forehead. He appears in photographs and at the moments of disasters, accidents, murders, watching from afar, as if enjoying the pain of others. Behavior and characteristics. It is not a killer. It does not attack. It is like an omnipresent observer whose presence foretells tragedy. It is not interested in location. It appears where there will be suffering. Breaking news. A giant humanoid creature. Its body is covered with a material. Similar to Vantablack, it absorbs 99.9% of light, making the creature appear as a shadow. It has a long, weak neck and its head almost always hangs down or to the side. It is unknown whether it has eyes, a nose, or ears, but there is a huge hole on its face that resembles a mouth. The body is human-like, but the arms are unnaturally long and thin. Breaking news makes a terrifying, ear-splitting screech, similar to a public address system, hence its nickname, Breaking News. Behavior. He is the embodiment of destruction, walking through a building as if it wasn't even there. After its appearance, cities become empty. Houses cannot be restored. Bridgeworm is a creature created in 2019. Appearance. The bridgeworm is a long worm-like creature with flexible bony fingers on long arms. Its main feature is its false face, which looks like a piece of flesh with small black holes instead of eyes and a calm expression on its face. This face is used to deceive the prey. Under this mask lies a real face with a terrifying grin. 36 human-like teeth and deformed, chaotically positioned eyes. Behavior and habitat. The bridgeworm hides under bridges, especially long interstate highways, but is sometimes found under smaller bridges. It is believed that it uses bridges as cover to travel long distances undetected. Hunts at night, first lures the victim with a false face, and then suddenly attacks, showing his true, frightening appearance. Shattered. Appearance. The creature looks like a pale red monster with crooked arms that has been mutilated. It is thin, with black eyeballs and white glowing eyes. The creature appears to be frowning with its mouth open. It has 5 toes and is about 6 to 8 inches long. Behavior. Shattered likes to spawn in abandoned power grids. He is aggressive towards the operator, so it is not recommended to point the camera at him. He enjoys following people and watching them return home. As soon as the victim enters the house, he kills. Shattered's body was destroyed many years ago, as he enjoys playing with electricity, which eventually led to his destruction. Chicken Ghost, or Chicken Man, is one of the monsters created by Canadian artist Trevor Henderson. This creature is the embodiment of a chicken, in the form of a tall, emaciated humanoid. It is considered kind and rarely attacks people but protects chickens and birds with fierce devotion. In appearance, the ghost chicken is a terrifying creature. Tall with white skin, bulging red eyes, and a sharp curved beak. According to legend, it appeared due to excessive consumption of chicken by people, or as a result of unsuccessful laboratory experiments, and now wanders through farms, a reminder of the price of human greed. In one of the stories, a farmer named Tom lived on an abandoned farm. He was a cruel man. Every morning he chopped up dozens of chickens with an axe to fill the refrigerator with them and sell the meat at market. One night, Tom woke up to a burning sensation on his chest, as if from a beak. The next morning there were even more scratches and blood was flowing, and the chickens looked with red eyes. At midnight, he heard footsteps and saw her, the ghost chicken. She clicked her beak, and the chickens pounced, tearing Tom to pieces. By morning, only bones remained. No one has lived there since then. The Woman on the Bus. This is a fictional creature created by Trevor Henderson. She first appeared as the main antagonist in the first episode of the Mayfair Watchers Society podcast. This is a creepy supernatural creature with a frightening appearance. He stands almost 9 feet tall, has long, unkempt black hair, and his eyes are empty black sockets. The mouth can open unnaturally. A long black dress conceals the body. The monster's appearance is inspired by Japanese folklore. In the Mayfair Watcher Society podcast, the main character Valerie talks about nightmares that recur again and again. In her dreams, everything is connected with buses. She's sometimes late, sometimes lost, and the space around her is distorted. These dreams make her feel anxious and helpless. Valerie shares her experiences with a friend. She admits, a creepy figure always appears in her dreams. The woman on the bus. This is not just an image from a dream. This entity begins to seem more and more real, appearing in the shadows and increasing Valerie's fear. The main rule that Valerie warns about: you can't look her in the face, otherwise she gains power over you. The woman on the bus's motives are unclear, but she appears to be seeking to torment her victims in their dreams, driving them to death. The Pale Lady. This is a creepy female ghost. Reimagined by horror artist Trevor Henderson, she's based on a character from the book Scary Stories: 3 More Tales to Chill Your Bones. Henderson drew her in his signature style, adding a touch of modern urban legend. Appearance. The Pale Lady is a pale woman with a round, full face, long tangled black hair, and completely black, pupilless eyes. She is plump. In Trevor Henderson's drawing, she is depicted as tall, but with a massive body covered in what appears to be a web, standing in a reddish-lit room. Origin according to lore, the Pale Lady is a Victorian spirit associated with cursed places like old houses and hallways. In the original story, she appears in dreams with the warning, "This is an evil place, run while you can," and then lures a victim in the guise of a Dorset homeowner. Henderson adapted her into his universe of cryptids, haunting abandoned buildings. The Pale Lady's behavior involves trapping victims in labyrinthine corridors or rooms, slowly approaching to build fear. When the victim attempts to flee, she teleports forward, blocking the path. At the climax, she embraces the target, drawing them into her flesh. The body dissolves in her, and the victim disappears forever. In the film Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, 2019, she hunts in a similar manner, leaving behind only echoes of warning. Mr. Mascot. This is an urban legend created by Trevor Henderson. This creepy creature first appeared in 2018. Appearance. Mr. Mascot looks like a giant furry blue monster-shaped mask. It has large asymmetrical spherical eyes and a gaping lipless mouth. It stands approximately 9 to 16 feet tall. Origin, according to lore. It was an ordinary person who died inside the mask suit. The cause of death is unknown due to the advanced decomposition of the body. The humidity inside the suit accelerated this process. The body was not found for several days, and then the suit mysteriously came to life. Perhaps a dead person entered into him, or he himself became a biological being that absorbed the corpse. Mr. Mascot is often depicted standing in the middle of a night road, dragging a bloody corpse behind him, presumably a fresh victim. It could be a restless spirit avenging its death, or a cunning monster that lures people with the illusion of a cute masquerade, then attacks or forces them to put on a costume to devour a new host. Siren Head. One of the most famous monsters created by Trevor Henderson. Siren Head stands approximately 40 feet tall, with some descriptions comparing him to a 4-story building. Its body is humanoid, but elongated and skeletal, covered in dried, mummified skin. It resembles old wood, helping the monster blend into its surroundings. The most terrifying detail is that instead of a head, he has 2 enormous sirens. They are rusty and deformed and can rotate and emit frightening sounds. Siren Head can imitate human voices, cries for help conversations, music, and even alarms. It has no eyes but perceives the world through sound and vibrations. It is most often seen in dark places, in forests or abandoned cities, where it easily camouflages itself as trees or poles. Siren Head is a cunning hunter who relies entirely on sound. He emits sirens' radio jammers, and even mimics familiar voices to lure his victims into a trap. Usually it stands motionless, blending into its surroundings, and only when its victim gets close enough does it attack, tearing it apart or completely consuming it. In Trevor Henderson's mythos, the Siren Head is considered an ancient creature. Several similar monsters may exist, Treehead is one of Trevor Henderson's most enigmatic and massive monsters. It falls into the giants category. Fan theories suggest it is the ancestor of Siren Head. Appearance: Treehead is estimated to be over 300 meters tall. Its body resembles a desiccated skeleton. The most nightmarish part is a colossal mass of several fused human heads, with long feminine hair that extends into thick, tentacle-like appendages. There are no distinct faces, only dozens of small, glowing white eyes staring in all directions. Abilities: Treehead relies on its size. Its multiple eyes provide a wide field of view, allowing it to spot people from miles away. It moves on all fours. The head's appendages can extend to grab victims. The only account of the encounter describes how, in the distance against the sunset, a dark figure rose to its full height. For a second, it turned its head, and dozens of tiny eyes glittered in the gloom. Then, the giant dropped to all fours and walked away. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and like it so you don't miss the next video.